And you can tell
I think
that was just some prick on the keyboard messing.
They're so Jesus, they're so close on the keyboard. I'm playing it here. I've got a keyboard in front of me because I'm in a new location.
It's fucking batshit mad. Yeah. I have a mad love of shitty house and electro music. I just love it.
I do as well. I do.
So they formed
you know what it is? I think when me and you were growing up, we had so much house and dance thrown at us, but the only thing that stuck was the stuff with a touch of distortion or a touch of dark melody or something like that about it.
Like, I always found, like, my uncle was mad at the house music and like bits of techno and electro and all that, so there was always weird records in my grandmother's house. So whenever I was over in my grandmother's house, I'd often just start digging through his records, and whatever had a cool cover, you'd put that on. And I still remember loads of the stuff that he had, that would have been like proper kind of clubbers music, you know, the stuff people who were going to clubs, taking yokes.
DJ Pressure.
All of this fucking malarkey. I can only remember half it. Loads of it used to have like samples from RoboCop movies and shit in it. They were mad for samples. From movie samples. And they weren't like novelty songs. They were just fucking, obviously they weren't paying rights for it. It was banging it out and hoping for the fucking best.
We talked about that in the novelty songs.
Yeah, very much so.
The deal with like sampling stuff, it hadn't been fleshed out properly in terms of like copyright and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So that's why we enjoyed a great childhood with random shit.
It was just such a mix of stuff. Like when I think back to what I listened to, like I wasn't like, I was a rocker. You know what I mean? Like I'd had Iron Maiden t-shirts and Metallica shorts or whatever, and I had a shitty fucking army parka and I had long hair. But like I didn't just listen to that. You know what I mean? I was listening to fucking like electro, and I was listening to kind of bits of techno. I don't know an awful lot of techno, but I listened to it. Loads of hip hop, like whatever. You know, like even like Bob Dylan and stuff. I was mad for all that shit before I even knew that music was supposed to be different. You know,
good beat's a good beat, man.
But like I was wearing all that clobber. I was wearing all the Iron Maiden gear and the Metallica gear and the skin-tight stretchy jeans and fucking big giant fucking high-tech runners, because that's the people I hung around with. That's what they were wearing. You know what I mean? Yeah. Like I did. We
did look like the average Prodigy fan.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, me and you, I think I was the same, and a lot of my mates were the same. I never had a weird haircut. That's one thing I'll say. I'll never, except I could show, actually. There's a chance I might show a picture that I found recently of my haircut. I almost had a fucking mullet. Business
savage.
I had a spiked fringe, and you know what, lads? I'm gonna show it. I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna get this. Better get like 50 fucking likes, man. Like better get some good heat on the internet. If I post
do it on Monday evening after this podcast comes out.
Yeah, I will. I'll post it because I had one of those haircuts. But that was a very young child. But growing up, I never had a strange haircut. But I would wear like
with loads of them. I had the undershave.
I had loads of mates that were into all my mates. I'll tell you this from all the rockers to all the ravers. The one thing we could all talk about was the Prodigy.
Yeah.
And we'd meet up in nightclubs. Metalers would meet up in nightclubs just dance to the fucking Prodigy, man. That's the great thing about that. Yeah, that's Jesus Christ. That band.
That for me is the first. That in particular, Music for the Jilted Generation was the crossover album.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's that everything on the album just made sense.
Let's stop battering each other for a minute.
Exactly. So the main guy in CNC Music Factory was a guy called David Cole, right? And he was a producer for Mariah Carey, Aretha Franklin, James Brown, blah, 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 blah. He died of AIDS in 1995.
Don't be doing that.
Yeah. He brought another guy in called Robert, Civiles. Robert Civiles.
Barcelona.
Yeah, so like CNC Music Factory was basically fucking Cole and Civiles. That's the CNC, you know. Now there was a fucking it gets real weird where there was a bunch of people involved in CNC Music Factory kind of over the years. Now the main guy, like I said, was David Cole, but he died in 1995. But there at one stage there was like 2 or 3 touring versions of CNC Music Factory doing the rounds. And they were all
where it's like, that's my band, that's my. But remember, there was 8 Boney M's at one stage.
Yeah, they all ended up kind of suing each other and having trademark claims. Like they're still touring to this day. There's at least 1 or 2 CNC music factories doing the rounds. I actually had there was another band originally on this list, and the name has fucking escaped me. But there was one of those that had something very similar happen to them, where there was like, I think there was 4 different versions doing the rounds at any given time. This song, I can't. It's one of those fucking just bangers. It stands alone. It just stands alone. It just fucking hits. And it's.
Do you know what you could do as well? You could batter someone to this song.
Yeah, absolutely. 100%.
Those are all digs. Those are all uppercuts and fucking jawbreakers. Everybody's smashed now.
Exactly. Everybody's digging each other. I fucking love it.
You could make love to that song, or you could kill someone in stone cold blood to that song. That's a great.
I fucking love it.
Song, man.
It's a great song, but I don't think it's just not. It sounds dated. If it wasn't for that fucking like, there's something timeless about that thing.
There's like the ding 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 when it kicks in. It has that like 90s.
Yeah.
What's that thing that sample you always talk about where they have like a ding 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 ding? No,
the Triggerman beat.
Yeah, I think
that might be a fucking.
I think it is.
That might be a rub of the Triggerman beat in there. Yeah, that fucking bell, that weird 808 bell thing. Listen, who even cares about the rest of their music? Who cares? You know what I mean? It's literally
know any of their songs, so
exactly. And who cares? I never will.
You know what? That's one of those riffs where the pauses make it.
If that was like 3% faster, it wouldn't work.
Shy.
It's just whatever that timing is, and I guarantee you that was just throwaway. Just some fella at the keyboard.
Man, some of the best riffs are the notes that you don't play.
Of course. 100%. It's the space in between, the negative space.
It is.
And anyway, who is your next one?
This is my last one.
Okay.
And it was, you know what? Do you know who was nearly on this list before I had a bit of a fucking word with myself? Alanis Morissette was nearly on this because when I talk about loving Jagged Little Pill, the album, just, fucking hell, what a phenomenal album.
I'm not going to lie to you. I don't think I've ever listened to that album.
Really?
No lie. I know the fucking...
I want you to know.
What's the big song?
I'm singing it. Happy for you.
We don't know any of that.
To remind you.
Yeah, that bit.
The cross I bear that you give to me.
Yeah,
right,
that's
the
bit.
Big single.
I know that bit. I know that song.
Jesus, that album is like...
That got re-released recently as well, actually.
Well, that would have been fucking, 98? Jesus Christ. Well, I almost cancelled this meeting, deleting our entire thing.
That would be no crack.
I think it might have been 97. Jagged Little Pill by Alanis Morissette was released in 1995, actually.
There you go.
Dude, why are you not listening to that album? That's just an absolute monumental timestamp of a fucking...
Yeah, I just never done it. It's again, we've talked about this before. Every now and again, something is passion boy.
Well, listen, it's basically a grunge album.
Okay.
It could be Hole, it could be Fiona Apple if she was a bit more angry. But we didn't pick Alanis Morissette. We picked something that... This is my most embarrassing song on this.
Okay.
And I just give you a quick rundown of the ones I picked, followed by Anastasia, Skrillex, Tattoo, David Gray. But this song is a Disturbed song.
Disturbed?
Yeah, and it's not even like down to Cygnus or anything. It's off their third album. And whenever I tell people about this, even Disturbed fans go, really? That's how bad of a choice this is.
I had the first one. I don't even know it was their first one. The fucking fucking song album. I had that. Yeah, I had that.
The Sickness. That's grand.
Yeah.
But this is like a song off their third album. And every time I played it, I tried to play this when I was DJing, and people were having absolutely none of it. But I think this is Disturbed's most underrated song.
Okay.
It's called Sons of Plunder. Lyrically, it's an absolute abomination.
Okay.
So it's from the 2005 album 10,000 Fists, which is a terrible...
That's a terrible name.
Although I think there's something about the album cover. I think it was drawn by
10,000 fists.
What's your man that draws Spawn?
Todd McFarlane.
I think he drew the.
I bet you he did.
I'm gonna check that.
I bet you he did. That sounds like something El Todd you'd do.
Is that Todd McFarlane? It has to be Todd. Todd McFarlane.
Is it kind of good but shit?
It's kind of scratchy, yeah.
That's Todd McFarlane, yeah.
It is Todd McFarlane, and he directed the music video for...
he done Korn.
10,000 Fists in the Air. That song.
He done Follow the Leader as well. That was him.
I'm pretty sure this is him. So this song is about like an attack on the modern, at the time, music industry.
Okay.
It's about like, oh Jesus, man, like...
Is it them slagging people because they're getting slagged?
No, it's someone slagging like people who get radio play. But at that time, Disturbed were getting loads of radio play, so they're really
right. They were.
They're just thrown from one pedestal. They're throwing their dirt at another pedestal. Like, I don't get that. Like if someone's unsigned, giving a load of shit to like people only like Britney Spears and shit, yeah, whatever, cool. But that's the one thing I didn't get about the song. There's lots to hate about Sons of Plunder, but
I'm going to listen to this.
I want you to listen to that song and tell me what you think it is. Because I'll tell you what, right? It's the best example of the riff and melody that Disturbed had a knack for.
Mm.
But I still am very embarrassed that I like this song. I don't get embarrassed a lot about, but Disturbed are a corny fucking band, man.
Garbage. Now I'm going to tell you right now. We talked about this before, and I don't know how I feel. It kind of changes on day to day. I don't know if I hate that Disturbed Sound of Silence. I don't know if I do.
I know I hate it.
Yeah, I don't. I kind of literally, it's ever evolving.
All the people everywhere.
Yeah, I don't think I hate it. It's fucking mutating like that Contagion virus in my head. That song. I can't decide. Fuck you, Hackenberg.
People seeing without speaking. Oh, it's fucking atrocious, man.
No,
it's so bad.
Yeah, it might be bad enough for me to like it.
Do you know what? I might have a different angle on it because I have to hear people doing it at karaoke. So, yeah.
That might make sense because I definitely don't.
Yeah, you don't have to do that.
I definitely don't have to listen to people at karaoke.
I just remember seeing a video of like the Detroit Fire Department giving Disturbed an award because like, yo man, that song like meant a lot to us. We're here at the fire department every day and we have it on the truck. And I was like,
fuck off.
Yeah, like 2 steps down from Five Finger Death Punch Troops metal.
Yeah, pretty much. Basically our Troops metal. 7-string fucking.
Can you imagine how good it would be if you were a scumbag killing people to down with the sickness though? In a time.
Real. You'd be timing it. You'd be timing it and all, wouldn't you? 100, you'd be doing that like drowning pill, let the bodies hit the floor and all. You'd be like, can I just stop?
Oh, man.
Finger off the trigger for a second. That's what you'd be doing. That song will start. Mowing comes down. Exactly. The playlist is playing. That song comes on. Stop shooting for a second. Start breathing. Just you'd
be there going, like, hang on.
Get a big gang of innocent civilians in the middle of that square.
Corporal, put that weapon in your hand. Like,
sorry,
I think this is a school.
Yeah, exactly.
This is a civilian school. I'll tell you what, son. His blast. Let the bodies hit. He's already shooting. Already unloading that man.
Milling down women and children. Doesn't matter. Let the bodies. Yeah, listen. I've said this for years.
Down to sickness is not as aggressive, but it would still be.
It's just that fucking like you fucking because it's that start it's a great intro. You know what I mean?
It's brilliant. No, it's like Disturbed have a lot of talent, and the guitar wise, I think your man's name is Dan something. Oh, he's a really good guitarist. The riffs are great. David Dramian, the singer, is supposedly a grade A cunt, dickhead, whatever. And I do feel embarrassed when
he looks like Dana White, doesn't he? Not just because he's bald. He has the same type of face. You know, he's got that like you remember Boglins? Remember that toy from the 80s?
He does look like a Boglin.
Looks like a Boglin.
He does look like a Boglin.
Like Dana White and the singer from the Disturbed look like Boglins. They have that like big. It's like someone drew a picture of a stupid cunt's face.
Yeah. Well, like the reason I picked this song is because I think even amongst Disturbed fans, they think that this is a bit too cheesy. It's a song, but man, like structurally, I'm impressed with this song. I've always been impressed with this song. I think the album, looking back on it, I'm slightly embarrassed that I ever listened to any Disturbed, to be perfectly honest with you.